A very good evening and welcome to News First Primetime News here on MTV Sports. I'm Ramesh Irugal Bandala.
And I'm Krishna Panitharatna. First a look at the headlines.
In our headlines tonight, clashes break out in two universities. The engineering faculty of the Murtu University and the Institute of Technology closed temporarily. A rapid increase in the price of vegetables. The main economic centers paralyzed without sufficient stocks. Villagers in Dompe staged a protest charging that the Dompe police are not carrying out their duties in a proper manner. Steps taken to extend the tenure of sports associations.
The engineering faculty and the National Institute of Technology, also known as the NDT of the University of Moratuwa, has been temporarily closed due to a clash between student groups.
Students at the engineering faculty of the University of Moratuwa said that a group had broken into their dormitory at around 9:45 last night and had assaulted them. The students charged that the attack that took place at the university premises lasted for several hours. 6 students were injured in the attack and Roshan Sanivaratna, who was one of them, is currently receiving treatment at the intensive care unit of the National Hospital in Colombo. Roshan is a 4th-year engineering student.
There were
around 500 of them and they came running towards the hostel. They hurled stones at our rooms, so we switched off the lights and closed all the doors. They had knives and machetes. They also had petrol bombs. We informed the police but they did not respond. We also informed the administration and the security but they did not help us. It was a battle between life and death. I lost all hope of living. We were in the upper floor. We jumped from the upper floor, but they were waiting for us. They hit me with clubs. Those who are not engaged in academic activities at the university also joined this attack. We also got to know that those with political connections took part in this. They took complete control and carried out the assault. Two groups with different motives should not be in one place. They should stay separately. This problem is prevailing since 1998.
However, the Student Union of the National Institute of Technology, also known as the NDT Institute, say that the pressure exerted on them by the engineering faculty students had reached boiling point.
As a students' union, we took all measures that could be taken at that time, but we could not avoid the mental pressure exerted on the students, which reached boiling point. This was not an organized action. Knives or machetes were not used.
The police media unit says that an investigation into the incident is underway while one person has been taken into custody. Meanwhile, when News First made inquiries into the incident from the Secretary to the Minister of Higher Education, Dr. Sunil Navaratna, he said that the NDT Institute will be moved to Diyagama as a solution to the problem existing between the two student groups. Meanwhile, a demonstration was held against the assault carried out on the president of the Students' Union of the University of Ruhuna. The attack had taken place at around 10 last night in the Madavatta area, which is located on the Mathura-Tangon main road. President of the Students' Union, Harsha Gunawardana, who was injured in the incident, was admitted to the Mathura General Hospital. Students from Rajarata University also engaged in a demonstration against the attack on the president of the Students' Union of the University of Ruhuna. Meanwhile, issuing a communique, the Socialist Students' Union says that the government's trap of creating student clashes should be defeated. The union points out that there is a connection between attack on the president of the Students' Union of Pune University last night, the attack on the president of the Students' Union of the University of Kelaniya 2 weeks ago, and the clash that broke out at the Moratuwa University.
Well, speaking at an event held in Kandy today, Deputy Minister of Higher Education, Nandimitra Ekanayaka, said that there is a lack of discipline in universities.
Discipline is essential. However, there is a lack of discipline in universities. Radical politics has crept into the university system in this politicized social structure, and it has created university students who do not recognize their own mothers and fathers. It has created university students who do not recognize vice-chancellors, professors and lecturers. All of this takes place when they are in universities. Once they leave the universities, they find a job with a good salary and get married with a good dowry. They forget about their rebellion. The second phase of the leadership training program for students who were selected to enter university from the Cannon district was held under the auspices of Deputy Minister Nandamitra Ekanaika at the Sri Lanka Army Signal Corps camp in Buwalikada.
Those were the views expressed by a woman in the Temple Junction in the Lower Mapitikama area in Dompe this morning. A group of residents from Lower Mapitikama joined this woman in a protest charging that justice was not meted out by the Dompe police in the assault of the woman's husband.
A group broke into a house in Lower Mapitikama on the 4th of this month and had attacked those in the house. 2 of the injured persons are currently receiving treatment at the National Hospital in Colombo. This incident is to do with a personal dispute. Those who were involved were taken to the police, but no investigations were conducted. They were released on surety bail and now they are free. We asked Kwai Moic to come with us and see the assailants' houses. He avoided us. Then the Kwai Moic asked the suspects who were in jail if they can get a vehicle to transport them to court. A tense situation broke out once the Dompe police, OIC and other officers arrived at the scene of the protest.
මුදල් සම්බන්ධයෙන් එහෙම තිබ්බනම් ඒක අනිවාර්යෙන් මට දැනුම් දෙන්න. සර්ගේ මම ඊයේ ඇහුවා සර්. ඇයි 3 දෙනා විතරක් අල්ලගෙන එළියට දැම්මේ අනිත් අයව අල්ලන්නේ නැද 10කට වඩා පිරිසම ඇවිල්ලා ආවා කියලා. සර් කිව්වා ඔය ළමයා කියන්නේ මට ගියක් ගන්න ගිහින් රගිනද මට තව රාජකාරී තියෙනවා කිව්වා. ඇයි සර් එහෙම කියන්නේ මම අහිංසක පවුලක්. ඒ සැකකරුවෝ උසාවිය හරහා තමයි අප දීලා තියෙන්නේ. උසාවියට අපි හැම දෙයක්ම විස්තර කරලා තියෙනවා. ඒ නිසා උසාවියේ තීරණයට මට විරුද්ධ වෙන්න බෑ. ඒක තමයි ක්‍රමය. විශේෂයෙන් මුදල් ගැනීම සම්බන්ධයෙන් මම අද ප්‍රශ්නයක් පටන් ගන්නවා. අනිවාර්යෙන්ම
Subsequently, the Gampaha Superintendent of Police, Ranjit Masinghe, arrived at the location.
පොලිසිය කියනවා මේක අපේ මෙමය තාම මේකත් අල්ලලා නැහැ. ඒක නිසා මේකට රක්ෂිත බන්ධනාගාරේ තියන්න කියලා. ඒක කිව්වම කියලා විතරක් මදි කියලා ඊට පස්සේ ලියලා තියෙනවා. උසාවියේ නඩු පොතේ. දැන් මේ පැහැදිලිව කියනවා මේක මොකක් හරි කරලා දෙන්න.
මහජනයා කියන්නේ OIC මහත්තයා ඉදිරිපත් කරපු බී වාර්තාව නැතුව වියදර්ශන මහත්තයා වාර්තාවක් ගහන්න ගිහින් ඉදිරිපත් කළා කියන එක තමයි මහජනයාගේ මතය දෙන්නේ.
ඒ වෙනවා අපි මේ මහත්තයා කියන්නේ මේ මහත්තයා කියන කරන්නේ නැත්නම් එයා කියලා වැඩක් නැහැ. ඔයා ඔය කියපු කතාව වෙලා තියෙනවා නම් මෙයා යට ඉන්න මහත්තයා මෙයා කියන එක කරලා නැත්නම් එක්කෝ ඒ මහත්තයා යනවා නැත්නම් මේ මහත්තයා යනවා. ඔය දෙකේ
The protesters dispersed after the promise made by Superintendent of Police, Ranjit Masinghe.
The suspects connected to the murder of Kalniya Pradesh Sabha member Hasta Madhavala were further remanded until the 31st of this month. Now, this decision was reached when the suspects were produced before the Mahara magistrate once again today.
5 suspects were arrested in connection to the murder of Hasita Madhavala on the 5th of this month. The suspects, who are residents of the Kalaniya and Kiribati areas, were produced in court today. The police also produced in court several weapons that were taken into custody. The 5th suspect connected to the incident was identified today in an identification parade. Meanwhile, a group engaged in a protest opposite the Kadawatha court complex today, calling for the arrest of the chief suspect in the murder of Hasita Madhavala.
The case pertaining to the attack on the Secretary of the Judicial Services Commission, Manjula Tilakaratna, was taken up before Mount Lebanon Magistrate Nirosha Fernando today.
Presenting facts at the hearing, the Colombo Crimes Division said that no suspects have been identified as yet. The CCD also informed court that investigations are continuing on suspected phone numbers and the vehicle in which suspects had arrived to carry out the attack. An official attached to the CCD submitted in court that no concrete information on the suspects have come to light and added Investigations into the incident are continuing based on footage obtained via CCTV cameras. The magistrate ordered the Colombo Crimes Division to carry out immediate investigations to arrest the suspects and produce them before court. The case was postponed to the 21st of February.
As lawyers, we pay special attention to such incidents. It is no secret that Sri Lanka has a very talented police force. They are capable of arresting suspects immediately after an incident. However, they hesitate at certain times when there is an invisible force at play.
නමුත් යම් අවස්ථාවලදී මේ පසුබට වෙනවා ඒ යම් කිසි හදිසි අස්ත්‍යක් ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙන අවස්ථාවල.
A biography on Lakshman Hulugala, the Media Director General of the Ministry of Defence, was presented to President Mahinda Rajapaksa this morning. Lakshman Hulugala presented the book to the President at Temple Trees. Dayawansa Karunamani, who is the author of the book, was also present at the occasion. Meanwhile, President Mahinda Rajapaksa inspected the first bus, which was modified out of several buses that were removed from passenger transportation due to mechanical problems. The engineering division of the Negombo Depot has taken measures to modify the buses in a suitable manner for passenger transportation.
In business news, the prices of vegetables in the market are increasing rapidly and is having an impact not only on consumers but also on traders. Managers of the main economic centers in the country say that the reason for this is the inadequate stocks of vegetables being brought to the market.
The prices are quite high. 250 grams of beans are 60 rupees. 250 grams of ladies' fingers are 50 rupees. 250 grams of carrots are 60 rupees. 250 grams of cucumbers are also priced at 60 rupees. A person who previously bought 500 grams or 1 kilogram now buys only 200 to 250 grams. The heavy showers experienced in the island over the past few days destroyed cultivations, causing an impact on the vegetable retail market. We generally receive a harvest that could fill 400 crates, but this time we could only manage 100 to 110 crates. There's a shortage in vegetables. Green chilies was sold at 160 rupees and bitter gourd was sold at 90 rupees. Those prices are good, but we are sad that our crops were destroyed. The quantity of vegetables brought to the main economic centers decreased by 75% today. Vegetable prices increased rapidly in the economic center today. In Tamuttegama, the price of beans was between 180 to 200 rupees. The price of rich gourd is between 100 to 110 rupees. Bitter gourd is 90 to 100 rupees, while the price of green chilies range from 150 to 170 rupees. Only Malaysian pumpkin and manioc have been priced at a lower rate. Now we receive around 500 tons of vegetables daily. Normally around 2,500 to 3,000 tons of fruits and vegetables are brought to the Dambul Economic Centre. Although the increase in vegetable prices has provided some relief to farmers, the wholesalers express a different view. We hope the situation will return to normal by the beginning of March. Hotel and restaurant owners too have been severely affected by the increase in vegetable prices.